Hey everyone, it's been such a long time since I sat here on my bed to record anything. I think the last time I was sitting here to make a video was at the beginning of the pandemic. I think I had a cold and I was sort of self-quarantining in this room, and I am still in this room. I do actually leave this room sometimes, but this is where I do my filming and I work in the morning. But the reason I'm making this video and not one specifically about hair is a couple of reasons. One, I needed to give my hair a break. I've been testing so many products. My hair got dry as straw. The last product being Dream Lengths is the last one I tested at length, and I'm still trying to recover from that before I can do any more testing. So I thought maybe we would do a bit of a vlog style thing today. I know that maybe some of you guys are curious about me, and I know that I have some audience members who don't really watch my hair stuff, but when I make a video like this, you guys hop on, so hello to all of you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I talk about hair and I try and keep with most of my videos really to kind of certain points that I want to make on those. And what I do is I just use sticky notes and I write down the points I want to make, and that's the best system for me. I don't use a script, but I am off script today. I'm completely off script, and I just thought I would sit somewhere a bit more comfortable. I don't tend to sit here because I have the world's worst posture, and you'll see probably as this video goes on, I'll be like slumping more and more and more. I'm so bad. When I don't have a back to like lean against, I have a weak, I guess I have a weak core, or I slump, right? So I'm gonna try and sit up a little straighter to do this, but you'll see. I'll be slouched by the end of it. So hi everybody, you know my channel name is Shrimpy McGee. My actual name is Helen. The name Shrimpy McGee for the channel was just something kind of fun I picked that I wanted it to be different from my professional world name because I am a freelance writer, and if you Google my actual first and last name, you'll find a lot of articles that I've written, and I kind of didn't want those two worlds to mix too much, and I'm still kind of okay with that. Some people think my name is actually Shrimpy, which cracks me up, and I don't mind it. That's kind of why I picked it. But I am a normal size person. I just want to make that clear. I am about 5'3", so that's, you know, sort of maybe on the shorter side, but yeah. So I'm not going to be doing too much editing in this video, trying to just let this be more free form and just chat with you guys. I just wanted to make something that, to be honest, was a little easier for me to film as well, because when I do the hair stuff, I try and edit out and slice out all the ums and the pauses and stuff like that, but that's really time consuming. And one thing I'm a little short on these days is time. I thought I would just take you guys through my morning a little bit in case you're curious about that. What I normally do is, you know, I wake up probably around 7:30-ish. I have a coffee, then I try and get out for put on some makeup, and I am someone who wears makeup even though nobody's gonna see me. I like to put on a little bit of, maybe not this much, like I don't wear lipstick normally, but I do put on makeup every day. I just prefer to look at myself in the mirror when I have a little bit of makeup on. So I don't fuss with my hair too much. I put my Rogaine in, as you guys know, and then I go for a walk. This morning I actually had to drop off a package because I started doing Poshmark, which I've become completely addicted to. I will talk about that a bit later on. Went for a nice walk. I didn't start off by wearing my mask. If nobody's around, and I'm walking like in completely deserted streets, like the residential streets, I don't wear it. But as soon as I get into the busy street here in Toronto, I definitely put my mask on because I'm passing kind of in close proximity to people, and I just like to be wearing a mask, and I like it when they wear theirs, or at least give me a wide berth, because here in Toronto where I live, you have to wear one indoors, but there is no rule right now about having to wear them outside. So as soon as you enter a shop or a store, it's actually, all of them have signs posted in front of them that you have to put your mask on. But again, if nobody's walking too close to me or not around me at all, I don't wear it. But as soon as I'm gonna be close to people, I try and put it on. I just feel a bit safer that way. So I had to drop off this parcel, which was a really cute Lululemon, almost all cotton sweater. You may have even seen me wear this. It is like a dark green color. I wear it in the wintertime, but I just, you know, I'm happy to pass it on. I am kind of a minimalist. I don't know if you guys know this. I have spoken about this in the past. I don't love to have a lot of clothes. It stresses me out. Some people feel very comforted by the amount of like garments that they have, and I'm the opposite. I find it to be messy and stressful looking, and I try and have no more than about 15 things in my closet at any one time. And then I have drawers as well, so it's more than 15 things. Obviously I have like underwear and stuff like that, and you know, nightgowns and things like that, t-shirts and all that stuff that can go in the closet. But hanging in my closet, I don't like to have a lot of stuff. That's just how I roll, and I've been enjoying Poshmark because it's been helping me get rid of my stuff. And if you're not familiar with it, we'll talk a bit more about that later. Why not? This is a vlog, right? So I can kind of talk about what I want. So walk that off, drop off that package, and then come home, and then usually my son is at home, so make sure that he has a breakfast. I have a breakfast, do that, and then I'm sat at my desk every day from 9 to 12, and I've sort of tried to build this, even when I'm not as busy, although I'm very busy right now with freelance work, I try and build this as a discipline because I just want to put in those solid hours, uninterrupted. People know not to come in when I'm sitting there, and I just pound out the work, whatever that might be. If I'm not super busy with freelance writing or editing, then I'll do some YouTube editing, but generally I have emails to send, people to get in touch with, actual deadlines with copy to file, and I just make sure that I'm sat there and I don't budge until it's noon. And then typically at noon I will head on off to get some exercise. I like to get it in around then because my food is digested from breath. This is gross, right? I won't go into too much detail, but my stomach is like empty, but not like crazy empty. So I just get in some exercise. I'm somebody who exercises every day religiously for 20 minutes. That's it. And then I finish it up, and 12:20, 12:30-ish, I'm ready to like make lunch and eat it. I just wanted to say a word about exercising. You know, my doctor encouraged me to exercise. You know, I think she said 30 minutes every day, but I do a lot of walking. So what I try and do is hit 10 minutes of cardio, right? And that could be like fast walking or jogging or whatever, and 10 minutes of something weight bearing, like a bit lifting like weights and stuff like that. I'm not a bodybuilder or anything like that, but I want my bones to be in good health, so I make sure that I do that every day. I used to only go 3 times or 4 times a week to the gym back in the day. I stopped doing that though because I would like, should I go today? Should I skip today? It was just too much room for maneuvering for me. It didn't suit my personality. What suits me much better is just knowing that I have to do it every single day, 20 minutes. And you know, I don't love it. I'm not someone who like looks forward to exercising, but I look forward to getting it done. And I know that it's just something I have to do for my health. So I don't skip any days. That's how, if I'm injured, I skip a day. Obviously, if I'm really tired, if the weather's just terrible, and we've had a brilliant summer, so I can't complain so far, then I will skip it, but generally I will do it. A word on the weather, something that cracks me up when I watch YouTubers talk about Canada, when people that are not from here, is in their mind, they think that there's some border between like the US and Canada, and as soon as you cross that border, it's like freezing cold. They're like, oh, here's the thing, and you could wear this parka if you visit Canada in the summer. Honeys, let me tell you, you do not need a parka where I live here in Toronto in the summer. Our weather is very comparable to New York City. So if you've ever been to New York City in August, you know what I'm talking about. It's hot and muggy here. And September, sometimes you see some cooler days, sometimes you see some really hot days here in September. But this was like a nice sort of cooler September day. I would say the leaves are still green. It is not winter here. There is no snow. We are not in our parkas yet, but that could change. Often by Halloween here in Toronto, it is cold enough to wear some sort of a light wintry jacket. Yes, I know I said wintry because it can be around 10 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it does get cooler very quickly here. So that is definitely something I think that might be unique to where I live. I don't know if you guys are based somewhere else. I feel like Maine, Massachusetts, Vermont is probably like this as well, where it kind of turns like on a dime, like it's hot, and like 6 weeks later, it's like, it's shifted. It's definitely shifted to a wintry kind of vibe. So anyway, that brings me to mid-morning. My son is 11 going on 12. We decided to homeschool this year. He was supposed to be going to school this year, but we decided to just educate from home, which is something we have been doing in the past before, so this is not entirely new to us. And so what I do is I dedicate 2 hours just with him. I don't let any interruptions, and that's why I have that sort of dedicated morning time to like do that. And in the afternoon, I just sit with him from 2 to 4, and it's just like one-on-one time, and we push through that. And the way I look at it is, instead of dragging out like those 2 hours of instruction over all day, which I feel is sometimes the case in school, we just like really pack it in. We work very intensely for 2 hours, and then we're done, and we can sort of have the rest of our day. He can have some free time. I have to work in the morning, so he has to sort of do whatever self-learning he's into in the morning. So that's the way we've done it. Of course, he's a bit older now that he's like 11 going on 12, but that's how we're kicking off September so far. I'm not saying it'll never change. I was just not too happy with the government's decision about how they were going to do schooling this year for lots of different reasons. Everyone has, you know, I'm privileged to be able to work from home and to have experience homeschooling with him. And frankly, not everybody can do this. This comes from a position of being someone who works from home, and to be honest, being a dual income household. If I were a single parent, it could be a completely different situation, right? So anyhow, that's what we're doing so far. So that's my afternoon. That brings me up to like 4 o'clock. Then sometimes I'll hop on and do some like YouTube editing. It's a lot of work, people, but I do it with love and I do it for you guys. I hope you enjoy the videos that I make. I certainly don't really get paid to do them, but it's almost like a force of habit now. So I don't feel like my week's complete unless I filmed some stuff and edited some stuff for you guys. So I'm always hustling on that front. And so yeah, that pretty much brings me to the end of the workday, 5-ish, you know, just roll downstairs, maybe go for a walk. The weather's still nice. Start on dinner, and yeah, then that rolls us into the evening kind of thing. So that kind of gives you an overview of like what I'm about. My life's pretty boring. What can I say? I don't get out that much. You know, we are still in a pandemic. I have a sort of bubble of like friends and family that's very, very small. Don't socialize much. It's given me a lot of time to sort of work, and I have been cranking it out. Like if you've been watching me on YouTube the last couple months, like since the summer, you know, up until now, I've been releasing like regularly 2 videos a week, and that's a pretty heavy schedule. So I had to maybe roll that back, and that's why I'm making this type of video today, just so I can do a little bit less editing than I normally do and less testing, because with the testing, it's all fine and dandy, but you know, I make notes when I do like shampoo testing. You guys seen my like Holy Grail video and like my Olaplex video and my Nioxin video, and if you haven't, I will link up that playlist. Go ahead and watch those. But yeah, those are a lot of work, and they're not just a lot of work in one chunk. You kind of have to keep on them, and I've been really cranking it out. So hopefully you guys are enjoying all of that. So now the other thing that I started to do is Poshmark, and I'll talk about that in just a second for those of you who are interested. And if not, pull the ripcord now. This like, no, I will not be offended if you decide you don't want to hear about Poshmark and some of the other stuff I've been doing. But if you just want to chill with me, you know, maybe now's the time to pause, grab a coffee. I think I'm gonna grab my coffee and take a sip. Yeah, actually, let's pause. I'm gonna go get my coffee. Okay, I'm back with my coffee and a box because I wanted to talk to you guys about this. Sip time. Okay, so this is actually a really good product because I don't have a Starbucks near me. The Starbucks near me closed, and I'm at home all the time, right? So I wanted to find something that will kind of replicate something other than my boring morning coffee, and I found this Nescafe Gold Cappuccino. I don't know what weird magic is in this, but it comes in these like little pouches, and you just pour them, you open them up and you pour them into your cup, and it foams like crazy on the top. And it's a little bit sweet. It's not too crazy. It's a little bit milky, also not too crazy with either of those, which I kind of like. It's 50 calories. Not that I care about the calories, but what I find is interesting is you get like a nice cup of coffee, and it's not, because it's 50 calories, what that means is it's not too milky and it's not too sweet. And I really like it. So if you ever see this, maybe you want to pick it up. It's like a nice little treat. I use this as a nice little pick-me-up. Also needed a pick-me-up because guess what? Yesterday I was out with a friend and we picked up coffee, socially distanced, physically distanced, of course. And I picked up a coffee and I asked for a decaf, and I'm pretty dang sure that I did not receive a decaf because I was up till 2 in the morning yesterday. And you know when you're just like, you don't know why you're up because you're fine. Like you're not having racing thoughts, you're not upset about anything, you just literally are not tired. And I was like, it was the coffee. that was definitely too much caffeine. So here we are, and then of course you get into this vicious cycle of needing more caffeine the next day. So I am fully caffeinated. It's almost lunchtime. I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee, but I promise I will stop after this. So, and this is a caffeinated product. It's really yummy. I'm actually not sure if this is available in the US. Can you guys let me know if you have seen it? And while you're here, if you're enjoying this, could you drop me a thumbs up and a like and subscribe if you're new here, because these videos do not tend to do that well for me. So I would just like to know if you are watching, you know what to do. So yeah, on with the show. What else did I want to tell you guys about? Yeah, so I have a new website. I wanted to tell you about that. It is just shrimpymcgee.com. Sleekproduction.com made me this really, really pretty cute website. So happy with it. It's pretty basic, but I've got some good hair loss articles on there and Rogaine articles on there. And go ahead and have a look. You can read what I've written there. If you're curious to see what my writing style is like, or you just have a minute and you want to poke around, go right ahead. You guys also know that I have a Patreon account. I'm going to keep this really short because I tend to go on and on about talking about Patreon, but I have a Patreon platform where you can support me for $5 a month if you wish to do so. And yeah, but the other thing that I've been spending my time doing is Poshmark. People, I fell in love with being on Poshmark. Poshmark is an app. Poshmark is also just a website. It is newer here in Canada. It's only like maybe a year and a half old here in Canada, but it's been in the US for years, maybe almost a decade now. Those of you who know Poshmark really well, drop me a comment down below and let me know how long you think it's been around for, or maybe how long you've been using it for and what you think of it. I am in love. I've been selling off stuff that is just literally collecting dust in my closet, like the Lululemon sweater. Like, I have no intention of wearing it this winter, so I was so glad to move it along. I like it, but it's a little too, it's like that chunky knit, and I get overheated. I'm a real wimp. I need to like really moderate my temperature. I have like thyroid issues, and so it is hard for my body to stay warm, to stay hot, and I seem to swing just very, very easily, especially in the winter months. And so I'd always be taking it off. And it's a turtleneck, so I'd always be like just wrecking my makeup, turning it off. So anyhow, washed it up, looks gorgeous, sent that off. But other things, I have like coats that I don't wear. I'll drop a link below for my Poshmark account. You can have a look. It's for Canada. If you are in the US and you're like fixated on anything that you see there, just maybe connect with me on Instagram, or maybe in the comment here below. I'm sure there's a way. If you want to find me, I have email. I'm sure you'll find me if you do, because I don't have a US account, and the Canada one I cannot ship through Poshmark to the United States. But if there's something that you want and you're in the US, I'm sure we could work it out. I can still ship it to you. We'll just, I guess, have to do it separately. Yeah, just message me if you're interested in anything you see there. All stuff that is from my own closet, and stuff you might have even seen me wear on this channel. So yeah, it's just so much fun. They've learned how to gamify it. Poshmark has learned how to gamify selling your stuff, and it's so cool. And I'm just gonna give you guys a few tips. I'll have a link. I think if you're in Canada, you can get maybe $15 off. I have some sort of link that they gave me, and I don't think I make any money off of it, but if you wanna start your own account, they'll give you like a credit towards your first purchase. I just made my first purchase, which was 2 more jackets, which is like ironic. I know I'm getting rid of jackets, but I just laid my eyes on these and I really, really wanted them, so I ordered them. So I'm not only a seller, I'm also a buyer on Poshmark. So what you do is when you go on this app, you can like search for certain things, and it's really great if there's like something in particular you have in mind. Like for instance, there's a certain like winter coat that you want, or a certain pair of jeans. Jeans tend to do really well. All the jeans I've ever listed so far on Poshmark, and I haven't been on there that long, like about a month now, they have sold. They sold for cheap. That's the other thing. Here in Canada, the shipping on Poshmark is quite expensive. It's $12.99, but there are a lot of shipping deals, so you can get shipping for like $9.99, and it's still an outrageous price. But sometimes there's something particular you want, and it's just not sold. Like for instance, a pair of like whatever, Levi's jeans, or like Mother jeans that are really high-end jeans, and you can't find them anymore on the shelves. And if you don't buy from Poshmark, you have to resort to eBay, and eBay always feels a little less safe. Like something about Poshmark feels a little bit more like a smaller community, and it feels a bit safer, and plus they have good guarantees for the actual things. And you can't, so here's something interesting to know about Poshmark. You can't return things for fit. It's kind of like a final sale type platform. So like if you buy something, you need to make sure that it fits. You can ask the seller for measurements, but you can't just go, oh, these jeans didn't fit me, I'm gonna return them, because that would be a whole hot mess, I think. So smartly, Poshmark does not allow that. But I believe you can return things if like someone said there was no holes and there's obviously a huge hole in it, or someone said it's whatever, it's Levi's jeans, but when you get it, it wasn't Levi's jeans, it was something else or whatever. So you can return for those kind of reasons, but not just because, oh, you bought these jeans and guess what, they're too tight or too small. Maybe if they said it was a size 8 and it was actually a size like 3, then that's not a size 2. Yeah, that would be obviously grounds to return it. So I've been really enjoying that. Something else to know if you're new to Poshmark is if you like something that I learned kind of not the hard way, nothing really happened, but if you press like, it's not like Instagram where when you like something is just sort of like, I've seen it, this is my voucher, like I'm vouching for this, it's cute, it's nice, I approve, whatever. It's not like that. Poshmark actually, the heart button means that you're liking it and saving it for later because you intend to buy it. Not that you need to buy it, of course, but the person on the other end sees that and thinks, oh, this person likes it because they want to save it for later, and that's something maybe they're interested in purchasing. So then often you'll get an offer if you like things, and you'll probably learn this if you just open up the website or app and make an account and you just start liking things, and you'll get all these offers and think, why are these people sending me all these offers on these items? I was just like scrolling through and saying, oh, cute, 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 but maybe not for me. No, it actually sort of means saving it for later. So I learned that on Poshmark. What else is there to say? Not too much. I've just really been enjoying getting rid of the stuff in my closet. You know, I seem to be doing well selling jackets. I've always done well selling jackets. Here in Canada, we have something called Kijiji, which is like our version of Craigslist. And guys, did you know Craigslist now charges money? I went on there to look for some reason, maybe to post something, and they charge now $5 per ad, and they never used to, but I guess they need a sort of model for revenue as well. Makes sense. Kijiji Canada is still free, and it works basically exactly like Craigslist did back in the day. Look, I'm slumping just like I said I would. I'm going lower and lower. It works basically like Craigslist did back in the day. And for over the years, I have sold things on Kijiji. Winter jackets. When my son would grow out of winter jackets, I would just sell them on to people, and they get taken up like hotcakes, because I think the deal is, the thing about jackets that's interesting compared to other things is like, it's not a need here in Canada anyway. It's not a want, it's actually a need. Like, you need a winter jacket. Kids need winter jackets, and nobody really wants to spend full price. And that goes for even my own jackets as well. People don't really want to spend full price if they don't have to, or they don't mind shopping secondhand, especially for kid stuff, right? Like, these kids go in and out of it in like a year. Usually, you can't usually get that much. Maybe you can squeeze 2 years out of a kid's jacket, but generally they just grow up and they move on, and the jackets are still in great condition. May as well send them on and, you know, save them from the landfill kind of thing. So that's what I tend to do, but not always. Kind of just depends on the kind of time I have. But yeah, I'm just really into this app, people. That's really what it comes down to. I love sharing my closet. I love looking what people have. I love sharing their closet. It's kind of got this weird social aspect that's fun. And I love packaging stuff up to sell it. This is like a whole world that is new to me. I've always like loved making parcels. And so some sort of peasant blood part of myself that loves to just like do manual labor is like really manifesting, and I'm loving wrapping things up and putting tape on them and cutting out the labels and putting, look, I'm enjoying all that kind of stuff. And I do not, of course, want to take away from anybody who does manual labor for a living. I respect that kind of work so much, and I would do it myself. I have nothing against it. I am not too good to be doing work that's on my feet for 8 hours a day, but there's just something about me that somewhere deep down inside of me, I like to do manual labor, packing stuff up for Poshmark. You get the vibe, right? So yeah, so that's where we're at these days. I'm curious, how have you been doing? What is it like for you where you are for quarantine? I know some people are still kind of in shelter in place orders. At least as I'm taping this might be different by the time this vlog actually comes out. How's back to school been for you guys? I feel like by the time this video comes out, maybe the schools around me will have been shut down anyway, because there'll be more cases, because our cases here of COVID are rising in Ontario. I mean, I could go on and on about it, but I won't. Things just are still in flux, right? So I'm just happy to have my health, happy to have the time to make this vlog to share with you guys. And I just want to say thank you all for watching this. This is not like my usual kind of content, but I thought I would just make something a little different, a little fun, a little more easygoing, let you know a little bit about what's going on with me these days. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. We will see you soon, and thanks so much for watching.